Nigeria has just secured over $20 billion in investment commitments from China, and this isn't just political talk. According to Joseph Tegbe,
China-Africa collaboration is on the front burner in Changsha, China, as private sector players in China and Africa meet to strengthen trade ties.
China just pledged a staggering $20 billion to Nigeria, Africa's biggest economy, and this is no ordinary investment. It's a game changer that could rewrite the rules across the continent. From food security to energy and industry, everything is set to transform. How did this historic deal go down? Why is the whole world watching Nigeria like never before? Watch closely, because this could reshape the future. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The $20 billion bombshell. On July 18, 2025, Joseph Olusegunkanmi Tegbe, the Director General of the Nigeria-China Strategic Partnership, dropped some big news. China is pledging over $20 billion in fresh investments for Nigeria. This isn't some distant dream or a vague plan. They're starting projects this year in key sectors like agriculture, mining, steel, energy, and automotive manufacturing. Now, why is this so huge? First, $20 billion is enormous, especially for a single-country partnership in Africa. It's the kind of funding that can light up industries, create millions of jobs, and turbocharge the economy. Tegbe even called it Nigeria's industrial leap, and many analysts are already labeling this the beginning of Africa's biggest industrial transformation in decades. What makes this announcement even more credible is the structure behind it. We've all heard about big money promises before that never really materialized, but this time, there's a special body called the Nigeria-China Strategic Partnership, or NCSP, that's set up specifically to track this money, keep things transparent, and push these investments into actual tangible projects. So in 2025, this deal isn't just a financial headline. It's a clear signal that Nigeria and China are ready to roll up their sleeves and start building Africa's industrial future together. Chapter 2. Why Nigeria? Why Nigeria? Why is China betting big on this country over others in Africa? Well, Nigeria is no ordinary African country. It's the largest economy on the continent and home to over 220 million people. That's a massive market hungry for goods, services, and infrastructure. It's not just the size though. Nigeria is rich in natural resources. Think oil, minerals, and vast agricultural land that can feed millions. For decades, Nigeria's secret weapon. Now let's talk about the real powerhouse making this whole $20 billion plan work. The Nigeria-China Strategic Partnership, aka the NCSP. Think of NCSP as Nigeria's industrial command center, the main hub where all this Chinese cash and Nigerian development finally meet and get things done. Why is this so important? Well, previously, lots of big deals with foreign investors sounded great on paper, but struggled on the ground because of red tape, slow government processes, and poor coordination. The NCSP was designed exactly to solve this. It's a fresh, focused agency that cuts through the usual delays and bureaucracy, making sure investment pledges don't just fade away or get lost. Joseph Tegbe, the Director General of NCSP, calls it the critical bridge between both countries' ambitions. The NCSP oversees the injection of funds into projects, closely monitors progress, and aligns all stakeholders, governments, Chinese firms, Nigerian businesses, so nothing slips through the cracks. According to Punch Nigeria, this level of coordination is unprecedented for Nigeria, and experts believe the NCSP could finally unlock the full potential of Chinese investments in Nigeria's industrial growth. So, rather than waiting for billions of dollars to sit idle, the NCSP is more like the project manager, making sure factories rise, mines operate, farms flourish, and energy plants come online, all on schedule. In short, Nigeria is no longer just taking Chinese money. The NCSP ensures Nigeria controls how that money reshapes the country. Chapter 7. New Alliances, New Power. Here's where things get interesting, because Nigeria's $20 billion deal isn't happening in some vacuum. Early in 2025, Nigeria officially joined the expanded BRICS group, which includes powerhouses like China, Russia, South Africa, India, and Brazil. BRICS Plus is fast emerging as a global force, challenging the old Western-led world order in economics, politics, and development. What does this mean for Nigeria? Joining BRICS puts the country at the center of a new global alliance of emerging economies. With China firmly backing Nigeria financially and diplomatically, the $20 billion investment is part of a bigger strategic push. It's not just about cash, it's about power, influence, and reshaping global trade networks. Reports from the Griffith Asia Institute suggest that Nigeria's BRICS membership signals a deepening alignment with China's vision for a multipolar world, where developing countries take stronger control of their economic destinies and reduce dependence on Western financial institutions. Simply put, Nigeria is becoming a key player in this new geopolitical game, and China's biggest African ally in the process. This deal signals to the world that Africa's largest economy isn't just following old aid models, it's choosing a path of industrial sovereignty supported by powerful new partners. And that's a shift with big ripple effects across the continent and the globe. Chapter 8: Who gains and who gets left behind? Now let's be real. When a huge deal like this drops, there are always winners and losers. On the winning side, Nigerian workers, farmers, and entrepreneurs stand to gain the most if the investments lead to new factories, better infrastructure, and agricultural modernization. Think about millions of new jobs, skill development, and small businesses growing in the supply chains created by these investments. That's the optimistic scenario. But critics are warning, this relationship isn't without risks. Some worry about Chinese companies dominating key industries, squeezing out Nigerian businesses. Debt dependency is a real concern too. Borrowing billions might solve short-term cash flow, but could lead Nigeria into a debt trap full of hard-to-manage repayments. In some African countries, similar projects have sparked protests over land rights and resource extraction with little benefit to local communities. The big question here is simple but critical. Can Nigeria stay in control of its future with China's giant presence in its economy? Or could Nigeria become too reliant, ceding its economic sovereignty bit by bit? This dilemma isn't unique to Nigeria, but it's especially pressing given the size and scope of this deal. The answer depends largely on governance, transparency, and accountability,